So today on the table there's a Mi Mix 2, which this one I've installed the Xiaomi En ROM on there, and I'm just putting the latest version on there that's currently out as of the 16th of the 7th 2018. The Mix 2 has been my daily drive now for around about 2 weeks, and I'm not overly a big fan of large phones, but this particular one I found pretty darn good, especially that screen to body ratio, which is almost ridiculous. Personally, I don't mind the chin on the bottom of it, because that means the bottom of the screen's a little bit higher, which realistically your thumb's not going to be hitting at the very bottom of the screen. Probably with this, the two disappointments I've had with it is that the missing headphone jack, which would have come in handy a couple of times since in the 2 weeks. Another thing I have found with it is the lack of IR blaster on the top, which at home the TV remote's a bit buggy, so having that's definitely a plus, but so far no good with it. And with it being the daily drive, I found battery life to be pretty much acceptable, with the odd with games throughout the day, emails, various other things going on. It's been getting probably a day to a day and a half of battery, which if the phone's not getting touched, I would pretty much get 2 days out of it. But that would be not using internet, camera, just basically the phone left in sleep, checking it for the odd text message every now and then. With the body of the phone, I would definitely, I never really owned a premium phone before, but I'd definitely classify the feel of this phone to be very premium. But the counter side of that is, since the back's glass, it's slippery. And this phone, I would not really use it at all without a cover on it, or at least a skin to make it a bit more grippy. Even just lightly sitting it on your leg, it will slide off quite easily, which means it will be quite prone to breaking. And as I said earlier, this is running on Xiaomi En ROM, which currently they're using I believe the Chinese beta version of MIUI UI 10, which they seem to be doing a weekly update of that, which personally I haven't really had any dramas with that at all. So as you can see, I'm just currently the setup screen for it, which personally I haven't used the full screen gestures. I've just been using the home buttons, which are usually located down the bottom. But with the home buttons down the bottom, I found with the chin it's made them a bit more accessible. I've also been using the dual screen mode quite often, usually either for playing games while web browsing or a video playing while web browsing, which I found the screen for this to be a great size for that. I am curious to see if I can still do that on the Mi 5, which is a 5.15 inch screen, which I will be going back to that for a bit, and then hopefully transitioning to a Mi 6. So over the past 2 weeks, I found the phone to be bit annoying in my pocket, because I usually put it in my front pocket, and if I have to bend over for anything, it usually hits into my hip. So the size of it, if there was a smaller version of it, probably 5.5 inch screen or body size, I'd definitely consider getting one. So as I said, I'm hopefully transitioning to a Mi 6, but I would almost consider going towards a Mi 8 SE, just for the smallest form factor. With also the phone being a bit narrower, hopefully means that one hand use would be a bit easier, but I wouldn't really count on it. So as you can see here, I'm just flicking through the various menus to give you an idea of MIUI UI 10, or MUI I believe it's called for short, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So overall, if you could pick one of these phones up for a cheaper price, even with the IR blaster missing and the headphone jack on the top, I'd definitely consider it, especially if you're used to larger phones. If you're used to a smaller phone, probably not so much, but at the same time, all phones seem to be getting considerably larger in size, with fewer companies offering a smaller mid to high range phone at a good price. But anyway, there's my thoughts and rambles regarding the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. Catch you later.
and put it on